These are very good. It's probably about 90 degrees in my room, so if you see me sweating, it's sweat because it's really hot. So as you can tell by the title of this video, my surgery went wrong. It did. It really, really did. If you don't know what top surgery is for trans guys, it's when we get our chest reconstructed. It makes you have a flat chest, okay? That's what the surgery is. I don't want to scare people who are going to get the surgery. Trust me, this is not going to happen to you. Literally, one of the doctors told me this happens 0 to 1% of the time, and guess who's that 1%? Me. Yeah, so I'm going to tell you exactly what happened and the hell that I went through with this. So I hope you like it. So it just started out as any normal thing. I saw a surgeon, I made an appointment, blah, blah, blah. The surgeon was about 2 hours away, so it was kind of a shitty drive to go up there to get surgery, but you know what? I just wanted surgery. I got up there, did all my stuff, and then I went into the operating room and I had my surgery, okay? The first surgery was totally great. I came out, I felt pretty good about myself. Usually you have something wrapped around you, so that's what happens, just to hold everything in place. The surgeon looked at it, and you know, the left side looks a little swollen, but she said it's probably fine because normally after this type of stuff, I'm pretty sure it gets swollen because you just had like invasive surgery. After a guy has top surgery, you have to have these tubes in you. That just doesn't sound right at all. I worded that weird. You have drains and they're in your chest just to remove any excess blood or liquids and stuff, and you have it in for about a week. So, oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. I didn't know what that was. That bug came for my life. A week later, I went to go have my drains removed. I had to drive 2 hours again just to go get them removed. Later that day, after I had the drains taken out and all that stuff, and I was healing, I had my chest wrapped and everything, I was with my friend, and we were at my house, and it was around like 11 p.m. I'd say. This is where it starts to get good, I promise. It's pretty funny from this point on, but scary. I start getting this really, really, really sharp pain in my left, right here, in my left chest. And I just thought it was normal because I went through trauma and stuff. When you go through surgery, it's pretty much like trauma on your body. I was just like, okay, whatever. It's probably just a little bit of pain. And then it got worse. It kept getting worse. And it felt, I don't even know what to explain it. It just felt like really sharp and hard and like it hurt. I went into my mom's room. I'm like, Mom, I'm in a lot of pain. Like, I don't know what this is. It really hurts, like really, really badly. I don't know what to do. She's like, just take Advil. It's gonna be okay. Like, it probably, I'm like, no, Mom, like this really hurts. So I brought her out into the living room. So I have gauze on my chest, right? So I'm like, let me take a look at it. I unwrap it, and then the size of a golf ball is like sticking out of my side. I was like, what the fuck? Because it's not normal. What? You know the feeling of a panic attack right before it happens? That was me for a good 5 hours. So I was in luck. My surgeon was out of the country. Just great. That was just a great start. And the assistant lady wouldn't contact her because she didn't want to bother her or something. So we talked to her on the phone for a long time. She's like, I can't do anything. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. Just go to another hospital. That's exactly what we did. So at around 2 a.m., just went to the ER in a town close by. Not to mention at this point, my chest was literally like this big. I'm not even over exaggerating. Like, I swear. Just think of a grapefruit. And I was bleeding out outside where the drain was because that's where my little incision was when I had the surgery, and that's the only way the blood could get out of my body, and if it didn't, it would have just kept expanding, so it would come out, and I was just like dripping blood. I was just a bloody mess, okay? I was a bloody mess. We go up to this hospital that's 15 minutes away. Nobody's there. There's nobody in the ER. Like, no one at the desk, no one to help you. So my friend's mom is like, hello? Is anybody here? Like, hello? And then I was just sitting there like this. Finally, someone helps us. We get into the ER room. I had to explain millions of times why I had top surgery. Biological guys usually don't get surgery on their chest most of the time. So everyone would be like, why did you have this? And I was just like, I'm trans. And they'd be like, oh. And that conversation came up probably about 50 times with 50 different nurses in all 3 hospitals that I went to. I'm in the ER in that town, and the doctor comes in. He was just talking, blah, 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 and he's like, we can't help you do anything because another surgeon did this work, so we can't touch it. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to go back to that hospital. And my mom's like, well, see, the surgeon is not here. She's in a different country. And it was just a mess. Then, I can't believe he said this. Obviously, the topic came up that I'm trans. So then he goes like this, wow, you're like the 3rd trans person today. They come in waves. We come in waves. Yeah, we come in waves. That's like saying anybody comes in waves. Like, you're the 3rd gay person here today. You guys come in waves. I said, is that not rude? I think that's pretty rude. After that, I was having like a panic attack because, you know, I'm still bleeding. I feel like my chest's gonna explode. It was the worst feeling ever. It happens 0 to 1% of the time. Just think about that. What they did is they gave me fucking morphine, okay? They made me high as shit. And there's a video of it. I look very ugly, okay? You can judge me all you want, but I was going through a tough time. Also, it made my nose very itchy. Don't know why.
It's when I have medication, it makes my nose itchy.
I know.
You know that?
I don't know what that's all about.
After that, we went home. And then I had to sleep with a towel by my side. Woke up at probably, I don't even know what time it was, 12 p.m. Still had this huge blood-filled chest, blood-soaked towels, blood everywhere, just fucked up. Then we go to the Boston Hospital in the afternoon of that day to see if they can help me. We go there. Sorry, we can't help you. This is when I learned that it happened 1% of the time. We can't help you. Your surgeon you have to talk to your surgeon, and the assistant woman who was the surgeon's person, whatever, would not contact her. So we were fucked. Like, no one would contact her. No one would talk to her. So who's gonna do work on me? Who's gonna help me? Am I just gonna sit here for another good 2 weeks? Just, oh, okay, yeah. Yup, just gonna sit here. Then we go back home. Finally, something happens. I forget what it was. We had to go all the way up, drive 2 hours, get to that ER. This is the 3rd hospital I'm at, and my surgeon still doesn't know that I'm bleeding from everything. There was a surgeon there that makes up for her when she's on vacation or something, so he's the one who had to help me. I was in the ER for a good 6 hours because he had to do surgery on somebody else. So I was still sitting there in pain, and this night was probably the funniest night of my life, of anything ever. If you're lost at this point, totally understandable. So this is the 3rd hospital I'm at, and finally I'm gonna have surgery on this big internal bleeding shit, whatever it is. We get a nice room. Still haven't had surgery though, but we do get a nice room. All of a sudden, the surgeon comes in, he comes running in, and then he takes me. And my mom was like, and my aunt was like, wait a second. And they were just confused. I don't know, it was fucking hilarious. Like, you guys had to be there. Cause my aunt was like, what are they doing? Then they got me in the stretcher. They're going down to the operation room so I can fucking have surgery. And I'm just still fucked up at this point. Like, I wasn't paying attention. I was just I thought I was on my deathbed. I was like the whole time. I think I was listening to music. I don't know. At that point, what do you do? They get me in the operation room, put me to sleep, do their shit. And this is interesting. Don't know why this happened, but it was kind of like a horror movie. I woke up in a stretcher on a dark floor with nobody there, and there was one light above me. I thought that it was the zombie apocalypse, but 2 nurses came by and they were like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And everything was all good. Fucking finally. But I'll put it this way. I had to go to 4 different hospitals. No one would do surgery on me. I was in the most pain in my life. Surgeon who fixed my chest told me what happened. He said there was a blood vessel in there that broke and it was bleeding. It had nowhere to go, so it just built up. And then that's why it started coming out of the side and everything like that. And it was fucking terrible. Not to mention it's 1%. That was a crazy, crazy experience. And if you are gonna get top surgery, I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen to you. I promise. It's just me. Your boy already suffered through it, so nobody else has to. I'll show you what my chest looks like, but I'm scrawny. Okay, I haven't worked out yet, but I'm gonna start working out. I feel like I should put like sexy music in the background. I don't know, man. This side is still a little bit swollen though. I hope you guys did like this video. I didn't like my experience, but it makes a funny story. So I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Peace.